The Duke of Sussex said he was almost guilty of spending family time with his son and 11-month-old wife Meghan at their new home in Los Angeles. He described driving into hysteria, adding, "You have to celebrate these moments before being called to work." Harry had met two British families with vulnerable children by video call from California at Easter, praising their super parents, reports Sky News. For updates on coronaviruses, follow our live blog here. He called on the government to give families like this the recognition they deserve, as some struggle to get support during the coronavirus pandemic. Charity Well Child, whose Duke has been a patron since 2007, said that some were struggling to be classified as vulnerable as the crisis put additional pressure on their lives. The two families Harry spoke with were both supported by the charity which helps seriously ill children, number 8211, and during the call, the Prince urged residents of Westminster to take action. He also spoke with a specially trained nurse and the head of Well Child number 8211, while there were brief glimpses of his new home in the background. He said, "Full respect for each of you. It's hard for everyone, but it's especially hard for you. Hopefully, with this video, we will be able to make it clearer and more apparent to government and everyone that you are in the vulnerable and Well Child needs more help." Many children with disabilities need complex medical care and often constant support, but the lock-in has put enormous pressure on their parents. Video not available. Click to play, tap to play. Play now. Not to mention the fear that their children will contract the potentially fatal bug. Speaking of the challenges families face, Well Child CEO Colin Dyer said that those supported by the charity are always isolated and hidden, and that the lockdown only adds to that. He said getting the authorities to notice their struggles is a huge, difficult battle because the focus just doesn't seem to be on families like this. Dyer added that while PPE is desperately in short supply for frontline workers, other basic supplies are needed, including food and cleaning supplies for the vulnerable. Craig Hatch and his family were among those Harry spoke to over the weekend. Cumbria's father cares for his 21-year-old son Fraser, who has cerebral palsy, epilepsy, neuromuscular scoliosis, osteoporosis, chronic lung conditions and type 1 diabetes. Craig said the family was scared because if the virus gets into the house and infects Fraser, the implications are quite serious. The Duke also spoke with Leanne Cooper of Lincoln, a 13-year-old twin mother who both have complex needs. Sophie has more serious problems than her sister Erica and has already won a Well Child Award for her inspiration. Leanne said Sophie's thought number 8211, who needs 24-hour care number 8211, of having the virus is terrifying, and said that if it got to the point where her caregivers couldn't come to work there is no way to sue. The mom said there was not enough information for vulnerable families or children with complex needs. Harry had previously met the children of both families at the Well Child Awards, warning their parents when they called there are going to be tough days but that the work they are doing is absolutely Read more. Coronavirus epidemic. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex currently live in California with their son. They were reportedly in contact with several charities to discuss the effects of the pandemic in the hopes of providing support or highlighting difficulties. Reports. People, Harry, referring to the lockdown, said, "There are a lot of positives happening at the same time that can have family time." Number 8211, so much family time. Number 8211, that you almost think, is D. Inevitably, half an hour later, maybe a day later, there will be something you will have to deal with and there is no way to run away.